Honestly, on FSD, it shouldn't have done that at all. Oh, it's just going to park me here. Oh, no, thank you. Leaves blowing across the road scares the car. But even if I were to put it in sloth at 35, the car would go 45 because it thinks it's 45. Good morning, everybody. I'm doing I guess I'm not going to call this the Carson City route, because I just discovered if I do it backwards, it saves me a half an hour, which is rather wild, because it's the same roads. I don't get it, but whatever. I'm going to start, I'm going from Grand Rapids, I'm going to Lowell, all the way out to St. John's, up to Perrington, then Carson City, and then I'll come back to Grand Rapids. Shouldn't be a very long day. I should be done by 3:30 apparently, which is really wild because it's 9:30 right now. I left the house at 79%. It's nice and cloudy. It's 46 degrees outside. Far cry different than yesterday. First facility is 27 minutes away, 21 miles, and I'll get there at 71%. So I hope you guys enjoy the ride. I like that the car decided to get over right there instead of waiting until it was closer to the entrance to the highway, which it normally does. But it saw the opening and it took it. And I really do appreciate that, especially in this area where people really love to speed. Speed limit here is 35. I'm doing 40 and they're pulling away. People normally go 45 to 50 here. And the car in standard typically won't drive more than 42 in this little section of the road. So getting over early is a good thing. And it just hit the brakes there for some reason. So I forgot to put us up on hurry in the highway. So I'm going to do that now. See, this isn't cool. We didn't need to slow down there. Now, a human would have gotten over in this lane crossing the double solid lines. But the car is not going to do that. I don't know why it decided to hit the brakes to try to slow down and let that van over. Because if it knows it can't cross those lines, it should know they shouldn't cross those lines. See, this is a bad move too, because this is about to merge right back down to one lane. And I don't think we're going to be able to get past, especially when some people feel slighted by people doing this. Yeah, see, he's not going to let us in. And that's just not a good look. And that's honestly on FSD, it shouldn't have done that at all. Or it should have gotten more aggressive and tried to get in front of the car that's in front of the SUV we just tried to pass. And now I'm worried that the car sees the solid white and won't get over, even though it needs to. There, it's going. All right, good. That was just wild and all unnecessary. Now I'm off the highway, so I'm going to go down to standard. It says parking garage. There's not a parking garage here, so I'm going to switch that to parking lot. And see what happens. We're turning at this road, which is not possible. The way that it's trying to go in is blocked. See what the car does, because it does have the ability to reverse. Okay, so it's going to turn around in the driveway, would be my assumption. I probably would have pulled into the driveway, but this works. It's nice that it figured out that this is wrong. Oh, it's just going to park me here. Oh, no, thank you. And it's got the next destination in, so if I restarted, it would just take me to the next facility instead of going around to the drive or parking lot like it should. So I've got to take care of this. It was wild that it just parked in the end of the street like that. I mean, pretty much blocking that person's driveway. All right, this is what the car should have done, but whatever. I got here at 71%. I believe that's what it predicted. Next facility is 56 minutes away, 43 miles, and I'll get there at 56%. It wasn't a horrible drive. It just did some dumb things that it probably shouldn't have done. Growing pains. I'm okay with it. Let me knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I'm all done in there. I decided that I'm hungry because I'm hungry. I found a little restaurant that's 20 minutes away, 15 miles, and I'll get there at 65%. So we're going to do that first. I'm still sitting at 71%, so let's push the button and hope the car can get me out of here better than it got me in here. Leaves blowing across the road scares the car. Glad it didn't spill my water, though. There's 5 cars that I can see coming from the right, 5 that I can see coming from the left. Now there's more from the right and more from the left. There's a sign in my way, and there's a sign in my way both directions. Looks like clear from the left after 2, clear from the right now. Can go now. Sweet. Good job. Okay, see, why? What was that about? The truck had its left blinker on. It's sitting in the left lane. It's not moving. Was it the leaves blowing across the road? This is a bit ridiculous. Fairly certain this wasn't a version 13 problem. But we didn't have version 13 in the fall. Trying to remember, I think I got version 13 in January. So I guess the question is, has the car always been afraid of leaves, or is it new, or was it that not even due to the leaves? I'm so confused. So this one, you should stop. This guy behind me was not going to stop. Boy, he came up hard. Had to stop hard. Let's see if it figures out a good place to park for me. Let's see, there was a couple of weird things that happened on that drive, and I was on the phone the entire time, so I didn't have any commentary. I probably put text on the screen. When those people walked across the road, the car stopped and waited for them, which was the very nice thing and truthfully the legal thing that it should do. In Michigan, if someone's in the crosswalk going to the crosswalk, you're supposed to stop for them. The guy behind me had to slam on his brakes to react to that because he was following too close. People walked across the road. The car continued. The guy behind me that almost ran into me continued to tailgate me. So I passed the person in front of me to get him away from my butt. Car swerved for nothing that I could see. And then this box truck just pulled out in front of me. We're having a great day. Anyway, I'm going to go get something to eat. And I'll be back when it's done. Especially since, I've got so much time. Yeah, it still says I'll be home or at the last facility at 3:30, which is amazing. So we're going to do that, and I'll be back in just a sec. All right. Next facility is 36 minutes, 28 miles away, and I'll get there at 55%. I'm sitting at 64 now, so let's push the button and get out of here. Oh, don't chicken. Go, 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 go. Ah, could have made that. I want to know why it's so timid. Yeah, I would have made that light if the car wasn't so timid. Cautiously and rightfully gave that semi plenty of turning space. Might have a problem here. Can't back up. I mean, it's fine either way. Dude, it did. It just hit the brakes again. And I didn't see a reason for it. And again, it hit the brakes. That one had to been the leaves. There's more leaves here. It is hitting the brakes. There's someone behind me probably getting angry. So the car thinks it's 45 here. It's doing 52. It's 55. And I just noticed it because I was more concerned about leaves blowing across the road. So I'm putting us up in a hurry to see if it'll speed up some. Again, just swerving around leaves is absolutely insane. Just makes you look crazy. Hitting the brakes this far back for a car coming off the road is absolutely crazy. This guy walking across the street makes total sense. But man, the sensitivity needs to be dialed back a little bit. It's wild. Okay, so the speed limit is now 45, and we're still going to go. No, we're slowing down. It might be because of them, but I'm putting us in standard simply because I don't want to speed through here. And we're coming up on a 35. It didn't catch the 35. Cars always struggle with speed limits along this stretch. But even if I were to put it in sloth at 35, the car would go 45 because it thinks it's 45. We're just swerving again. Cop would pull me over for being drunk. Now we're back to 45, and there's a 55 coming up. And it caught that 55, so everything should be normal now. So preemptively slowing down, I like that. Caught the 35, I like that. Not slowing down enough, I don't like that. That's better. All right, it picked the spot that was just vacated. I like that. Oh, it is not. It's backing in somewhere. That's okay too. You can make that. All right. So there were some speed quirks along this route, this leg. There was some leaf quirks along this leg. We'll see what happens with future releases. but this is not good. This needs to be fixed. So I got here at 55%. Next place is 26 minutes, 23 miles away, and I'll get there at 44%. So let me knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. So I'm done in there. I'm sitting at 54%. Next place is 26 minutes, 23 miles away, and I'll get there at 44%. So let's get out of here. We're on the highway, but it's going to end in half a mile, so no point in putting us up in a hurry right now. Especially when it thought it was 55 on that highway. It did jump up to 65 like it was supposed to, so that is a good thing. And I think standard doing 75 and a 65 is plenty fast. Because as you can see, we're keeping up with traffic. That was so awkward. It's like the car that was coming towards us was turning left. Car understood that. As it slowed down and was making the turn, the car was creeping out and hitting the brakes and creeping out and hitting the brakes, creeping out and hitting the brakes. It felt weird. I felt bad for the person behind us. But what's fantastic is I've only had to intervene with the car once today so far. I stepped on the accelerator in the middle of the leaf blowing incidents when there was someone right behind me where I knew that if it continued doing what it was going to do, they would probably run into the back end of me. This is going to be interesting. It's always wrong on the speed limit on this road, which it thinks it's 25. Version 13 always went as fast as it wanted to back here. And it's still doing the same thing, which, fine. So the map data is completely incorrect on this road, and the car knows it. Fine. The facility the parking lot is right off of the road. I want to see how well it does. Because in version 13, it would just randomly pull off the road and into their parking lot. It would not try to put me in a parking spot at all. The bigger question is it going to front end or back end? One of these is Employee of the Month. Two of them are handicapped. We passed by all of those, and we went to... Oh, this was terrible. We're right in the middle of two spots. All right, fixing that. I can see that some parking spots are still going to be difficult for the car, which is fine. All right, I got here at 44%. Baby. Next place is 13 minutes away, 9.8 miles, and I'll get there at 40%. We're preconditioning the car for the supercharger, which is more than an hour away. Yeah, I wouldn't get there until 3:30. It is 2:09 right now. Plus, I'm gonna be in here for an hour, be in there for an hour. We don't need to do this yet. I'll let it be because it says I'd get there at 14%. Not a big deal. It is kind of chilly outside. It's up to 50 degrees now. I don't think it's gonna precondition for very long. Anyway, I'm gonna knock this place out. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I'm all finished. Sitting at 43%. Next place is 13 minutes, 9.6 miles away. I'll get there at 39%. I'm sure the car will have no problems getting me out of here. There's someone coming. Car stopped. Excellent job. So it thought it was 45. It went 64, which is about 2 miles an hour over what I would expect standard to do. But this was the right move. I knew the speed limit was going to be incorrect. And I knew that if I wanted it to drive the correct speed, I would have to put it in a different driving profile. And it looks like it's time for school to get out. So everybody wants out of there. And I hope the car's not going to be a nice person and let somebody out, which is exactly what it's going to do. That is really dangerous. From the way that it went, it wasn't, but if it was from the other side and they were turning left, that would have been really dangerous. I'm very nervous about this stop sign, simply because of the way the car acts at stop signs when there's traffic coming. It's very nervous when it's turning left, and this is an unprotected left, and it's a very busy road. And I'm going to push it. There's plenty of time to make it. See, you saw the wiggles, and it was going to do that stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. I couldn't let that happen in this situation. The car would have stopped. It would have caused a way worse traffic jam. The truck that was across from me that was going straight, it still went right after I turned. So there was plenty of time for the car to make its decision and make its move, but it didn't do it. It wouldn't have done it. I knew it wouldn't have done it. That's why I stepped on it. So here the car always wanted to go to the back. Is that here? Yes, that's here. See if it wants to actually go to the front where the parking lot actually is. According to the blue line, that's where we're going. Hopefully version 14 fixed version 13's problem. So it needs to immediately turn in right here. Great. Great. That is so much better. I don't know what I'm doing. Right here would be fine. Right there is fine. There we go. We're good. Too close to the left. It's kind of hard to see. I know the sun's glaring on the screen there. I'm going to try to get my hand out of the way, but it is way closer to this line than it is to that one. There's still plenty of space for me to get out, so I'll let it be. Guy here at 39%. Next place is 1 hour and 11 minutes away. It's 56 miles, and I'll get there at 10%. That is the supercharger. I expect it will be less than 10% because it will probably start preconditioning again. Anyway, I'm going to knock this place out, and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, we're done for the day. It is 4:04. 4:05. So I'm 5 minutes past my prediction. Says I'll get to the supercharger in an hour and 10 minutes, and I'll get there at 9%. It's 56 miles away, so let's hit the button and go. The sun is right behind us, and it's freaking out. And it's not going to go, so I'm going to back us up. Now I can start it. I cannot start it. Oh, this is not fun. The sun is blinding my cameras. How about now? There we go. There's a car coming. I expect a stutter. Nope, they turned. Still got the stutter, though. Pile of leaves. We're probably going to slam on the brakes. Jeez. Turning right at a stop sign. There's traffic coming from the left. Might be fine. Because after this black car, Mustang, we're good. Another car turned in after them. We turned into the wrong lane. We should be over there. We're doing that. That's good. It seems to be the left turns or going straight where the car does the stuttering. That was good. We swerved around a dead animal that was dead center in the road, and we swerved around it. That was good. That is the way it should be. We shouldn't be freaking out by leaves blowing across the road. Now, what was that mess? That lane is straight through. We could have taken that. I mean, it was safe. It was just weird. We're turning left in 15 miles. That was a totally legit and viable move. All right, passing zone coming up. I'm going to put us up in Mad Max and see what the car wants to do. Instantly over here. I don't think we're going to pass all 5 of these cars, but I've been wrong before. There were 6. My truck was hidden. Yeah, I think those are the signs saying that the lane's ending and it need to merge. Got up to 75. This truck's probably going to cut us off. No, we did it. I really shouldn't doubt Tesla's capabilities on certain things. But I will drop us back down to hurry, because 20 over is crazy. Still doing it. Standard. Now we're slowing down. Back to 62 would be nice. And now we're going to get forced to slow down, so all good in the hood. Nice job. I put us up in hurry because we're getting on the highway. Should be smooth sailing until we get home, I hope. This is all orange and red. So I'm going to see how Mad Max performs in stop and go traffic. I want to see if it's going to knife through the traffic, see if it can find me a faster way through. That would be fantastic. Okay, the next exit is ours. We're going to have to start getting over there. I would jump where this semi just gave us an open space. This is going to be interesting. That is completely chock-a-blocked. Might have to come up with an alternate route because we're not getting in there. All right, bro. You're going to have to give it up. Nope, can't do it. I had to take over and just get us past that because it looked like the car was just going to keep going. This is going to be difficult too. We got to jump all the way over to turn right. That's not going to happen either. Oh, rush hour. I hate you. Like so much. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, it's going. Nice job. Beauteous. Beauteous. Man, that was wonderful. There's no reason to stay on Mad Max, so I'm going to drop us down to standard as we should be on the surface streets. Today's drive was slightly annoying. And by slightly, I mean more than it should have been. You know, the car did very well in a bunch of areas, but the jerky braking was very annoying. And all because of leaves blowing across the road is crazy. And then being scared to go at stop signs, it's also crazy. And then when a car's coming to the intersection and we're going through the intersection, we don't have a stop or anything, it stabs the brakes then too. Just punches the brakes real quick and then back to driving. And it's really weird and I don't like it. It's off-putting and it feels weird. And I'm sure the people behind me feel the exact same way. I don't know if the brake lights come on when that happens. They probably don't unless we really jam on the brakes. But that could be a problem. They need to get that sorted out for real. 1 disengagement, 3 pedal presses, I believe is what we're up to. There's a little tracker in the corner. We'll see. 14.1.7 is going out to employees. So maybe the early beta testers will get it soon. And then I can get the update because it's been a little minute since I got 14.1.4. So hopefully this gets sorted out. I'm going to give you a little tip about supercharging if you don't have a high-powered charger at home. I only have a 110 outlet. I get 110 volts, 12 amps out of my charger at home. So it's not very fast. I get 3 to 4 miles per hour. So let me get juicing. I'll be back in just a sec. So the car backed into this spot very, very well. I'm very impressed with that. So what I do is I calculate, and this is, you have to do some math, which is kind of annoying. I go as high as I can here to let my house charger get me the rest of the way up to 80%. So I've got it set to 65%. Because by the time I'm done charging, which is 20 minutes from now, it'd be 5:40. Let's just round that off to 6 is what I usually do. I want to leave at 9 in the morning tomorrow. So 6 to 9 is 3 hours, and you add 12 on top of that, that's 15 hours. I normally get 1% per hour when I'm plugged in, so I need to drop from 80% down to 65% because that's a 15% difference. I've got 15 hours of charging at home, should get 15% by the time I'm ready to go tomorrow. I hope that made sense. Whatever. Anyway, if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. If you think others would like it, share it with them. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button so you can see more. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns, leave them down below and I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. As always, thank you for watching. Deuces. FSD's arch enemy. Leaves. What does it think it is? They're just leaves. They're not going to hurt you.